Stave been able to do? I mean, the 3 times you guys have played him, he's come up with just enough. I know so much of the game planning for them has been focused on running backs, but what does Stave's success come from?
I mean, now listen, in the past, you have to concentrate on the running game. I mean, they got a Heisman Trophy candidate in the backfield each of the last 3 years, I believe, and so that's where your attention goes. And you know you're going to give up a few play-action passes. You hope you don't give them up over the top. That's where we've made mistakes and not staying over the top of routes and getting them tackled, you know. So, but I think this style of offense that Paul's went back to fits him a lot better than what Coach Andersen was doing with all the quarterback runs. I think he managed his game much better from the pocket, and so he's played awfully well, and it'll be a challenge.
What do you think the bigger motivation is for the kids this week? The Axe or locking down?
There's no to me, and there's no comparison. It's the rivalry game and getting the Axe. I mean, no disrespect to the Bulls, but that's a side product of this. I mean, I don't think you're respecting the tradition enough if you go and talk about the bowl games, because this Axe has been in play a long time and we haven't had it for a while. And so without a doubt, that's the number one priority is to, you know, our goal is to bring the Axe back to Minnesota, and then the bowl game would be a byproduct of that.
Hey, Clay, how about they're noted for offensive lines. Is their line as good as it's been in the past?
You know, they've lost a couple kids, so run wise, you know, they're not doing as much run stuff. You know, see all the time coaches do what their kids do well, and I think Paul's done a good job of that. Of they're throwing the ball more because they don't have necessarily the Heisman candidate in the backfield, but they still run it awfully well and good enough to keep you honest. But then he's added some passing game things to it that makes you play more balanced. And the thing you can't fall into is giving them a two-way go. You know, so we still have to be able to stop the run and get them in throwing situations, or we're going to be in trouble. But yeah, they're not as heavy run, but at the same time, they're a lot better throwing the ball than what they've been.
How about receivers?
Do a good job of catching it. I think the possession routes, and they go up and catch the ball and make the plays to keep the chains moving. So it's a little bit more complicated in the passing game, a little bit more passing routes. And then, you know, the other difference is defensively, you know, Dave's been their defensive coordinator. I think this is his 3rd year. And they're more comfortable with the 50 defense. Their kids are. They're playing a lot more of it, not as much 4-man front. And their kids are playing fast. And they're doing a lot of studying and blitzing. So I think defensively, for where they've lost some of the running game on offense, they've definitely picked up on how well they're playing on defense.
Tracy, last year Erickson hurt you guys. How good is he, and what makes him effective?
He's a good receiver. He's tall. You know, you can throw the ball up to him on play-action passes. So we have to do a better job. They're going to catch the ball. The thing is tackling them as soon as they catch it, not giving up the big plays. That'll be the key.
Do you expect any of the injured starters from Saturday back to Wisconsin?
Not right now, no.
Tracy.
I know that every year you look at it on its own merits, but I mean, every year you come out of that Wisconsin game and not getting the Axe, I mean, does it increase the urgency to win it again?
Not really. The day we show up on the game for the Axe and we play better for 4 quarters than Wisconsin does, we'll bring the Axe back home. It's a very simple, you know, formula. It's hard to execute.
This game has been so physical over the years. You both kind of come into this, you know, beat up. Just how ready do you think this team is for that kind of, you know, brawl?
I'd say we've had 3 pretty good brawls here, 4, you know, and so, you know, at this time in the rivalry, the good thing is a lot of the small aches and pains go away when it comes time to kicking off. So, you know, both sides I expect will play very well, and hopefully we can hang in there and make a game of it. But I think our kids will answer the bell again and be ready to go.
With Matt having to do so much mixing, matching on the offensive line, how have you been impressed or, you know, look at his body of work there?
Well, I just think anytime, you know, the thing they've gotten really good at it and that's helped the team is they've improved so much in the pass protection part to let Mitch throw the ball. You know, we've still had our problems running the ball here or there, but say against Ohio State, that had a little bit to do with who we were blocking. But, you know, with the 50 front being different, a true 3-man front, is that we have our challenges up front, because if we get in positions to throw the ball, They do a lot of aggressive, different things out of 50 front, and so that'll be the challenge this week. We got to be able to run the ball, and like I say, he's done a good job up front with those kids, and here hopefully, we can be solid this week.
A lot's been made over the protocol with the axe at the end of the game in the last 2 years. What's your take on the best way to handle that?
I believe in tradition. I've told you that all along. I'm a football traditionalist, and before the game, we'll make contact with them and make sure that's all worked out, so we don't have any issues. But I'm all for whatever the tradition of the game is. I think you need to do the tradition of the game, and so we'll get that worked out. There won't be an issue.
Because last year, Gary wanted it kind of hidden during much of the game, and then they brought it to like one of the end zones.
Gary's no longer in the Big Ten.
Coach Phil reportedly is gonna be at the game. What kind of impact do you think that's gonna have on your team?
Oh, I mean, it would be good to see him, and he's going to participate in the senior day before the game, which he should. He's the one who recruited those kids here, and has had a lot to do with their development. So obviously, not just the kids. I think players, even the fans, it'll be good for them to know for everything that he's done for here and how that all went down. I think it'd be a very appreciative day for him to be here.
Any more questions for Coach Claeys?
All right, guys.